Live from KSAT 12, Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Hi, good morning. Happy Wednesday. It is February 19th and it's super cold this morning.
It is so cold. I was looking for like sayings on a cold. It is colder than my soul.
Your soul is not cold.
But
Not true.
there's always sayings like this. And you know it's cold, Justin, when you're wearing a jacket inside,
right?
Sure. I'm going to be honest with you. You scared me there for a second. I didn't know what you were going to say. This is a family show, okay? No, as we go outside on live cam, you're right. It is colder than whatever outside with cloudy skies and just gusty winds. It feels so chilly out there. And I want to show you guys a picture. This is pretty incredible. Now, I know for the kids at home, we said no snow. That being said, take a look at this picture on our KSAT Connect. We got some just very fine flurries that showed up around Spring Branch and parts of Comal County and up towards San Marcos this morning. Austin reported a little bit of this too. It is insignificant in the sense that it's not going to cause any issues on roadways or anything like that, but pretty incredible to see. That's coming out of Spring Branch. We appreciate the pictures and videos that you've been sending in, and we'll try to show a few more. We didn't really see that here in San Antonio, but you can kind of see just a little area of precip there right along I-35. Again, it is not going to collect really at all, but just kind of interesting to see it. Outside right now, we've got cloudy skies still with a few breaks trying to show up, but it is cold. 25 degrees at the airport. 11 is the wind chill. Feels like 10 in New Braunfels. Feels like 10 in Converse. Feels like 5 in Bernie right now. When you factor in these winds and these very chilly temperatures, it's going to warm up some today. We expect to see some clearing, which would get us up to about 40 or so. But we'll still keep a wind chill going all day long because those winds, while they'll die down some, will still be there even into the afternoon hours. And hey, very quickly, we do need to show you an issue that we have going on along I-35. This is just north of New Braunfels. There has been a crash reported there, and it's really slowing things down on these southbound lanes as you're coming into New Braunfels and I-35. We just want to let people know about that. Hopefully they'll get it cleared. It looks like they are towing that car away at the moment, so hopefully it'll be cleared soon, guys.
All right, thanks, Justin. And the city of San Antonio is stepping up to help folks who might be without a place to stay warm. The city's community connections hotline is open 24/7 this week. You can see that number right there on your screen, 210-207-1799.
And they are ready to provide information and connect you with resources to keep warm, including transportation to overnight shelters.
Animal Care Services is even providing kennels for pets. All this information posted right now on our website, ksat.com. You can also, no QR code today, but yeah, all this information, and we're updating it. So as soon as we get new updates on maybe new shelters that are open, we will post that on there.
And let's take another look out there with TransGuide. This is what Justin was talking about earlier. This is that crash there at I-35 at FM 306. Right now, TxDOT has it on their website as a pretty major crash there. They have a couple of main lanes blocked and the shoulder blocked as well. So it's definitely holding up traffic there. And Justin, you said this is north of New Braunfels?
Correct.
Yeah. All right, so just be aware of that. Well, new into our newsroom this morning. After years of malfunction and political drama, the state is stepping in to take over South San ISD. They just announced just about 30 minutes ago now that a new board and a superintendent have been named.
Now, this is a story that we've been following for years. The Texas Education Agency has now handpicked a group of people who will oversee the day-to-day operations of the school district. This is going to impact families of nearly 8,000 students registered in that district. The Deputy Commissioner of Governance says after years of investigations, the decision was made. Nearly 60 people applied to be considered to take over the Board of Trustees. 7 new board members and a superintendent take over immediately, and they're expected to stay on for at least the next 5 years.
I am excited for the students of South San ISD. The agency ultimately believed through this appointment that a reset from the leadership team, the governance team, was necessary in order to reset expectations for students in the district. And this team that the commissioner appointed this morning, 7 board members and a new superintendent, are equipped to do just that, to prioritize student achievement and to make South San into the district that we know it can be.
Okay, the new superintendent is former Somerset ISD Superintendent Saul Hinojosa. The list of selected board members include Jesus Rendon, a former grad, and the recommended for board president, Raymond Tijerina. He has been also a graduate of that district. The full list is on our website. Plus, we also talked to the TEA Deputy Commissioner of Governance. He gives us an explanation of what led to this very rare takeover from the TEA, and then what happens with the former superintendent's contract. Just look for this story on top of our homepage. Now to a story that we've been following for weeks. A dog attacked a man last month. He's going to be euthanized. That was the judge's decision this week after the pit bull bit Adam Didelo in the face and attacked his own dog during a walk in the Northwest Side neighborhood. In court, the victim's wife said his injuries have caused an incredible amount of pain and required numerous stitches. The owner of the dog, Veronica Poli, believes her dog, though, was not the one that attacked him.
I have never been made aware that he has ever been aggressive towards a human being. My heart goes out to the victim, but it was absolutely not my dog.
And Poli said she would be allowed to see her dog one last time before it is euthanized. She was also charged with dangerous dog attack resulting in serious bodily injury, but she has not yet been indicted.
Well, now to a story that has a lot of people talking after a video on social media went viral showing a brawl at a popular bar in downtown San Antonio.
It involves this man right here, arrested in connection to that massive fight turned shooting. Take a look at the video.
Well, there it is. And KSAT has learned that Joseph Olivari has a lengthy criminal history in Bexar County.
More recently, he is facing charges connected to this video. John Paul Barajas explains what led to this chaotic fight scene outside a string of San Antonio bars and how those in the area are feeling about it.
Mayhem breaking out in front of a popular stretch of downtown bars Saturday night into Sunday morning. These videos have been viewed hundreds of thousands of times on social media.
Ghetto.
Just chaos. Absolute chaos.
It's disturbing.
The video shows a brawl breakout with dozens of people covering and blocking a portion of the street on North Alamo near Brooklyn Avenue. And at some point, multiple gunshots are fired.
Oh.
What's going through your head in that moment?
I think, how was that even brought to the places? And then who has, weapons like that?
According to San Antonio police, they were responding to a fight in front of the stretch of bars when gunshots were later heard behind Bar House. They add with the help of bar security, they were able to arrest Joseph Olivari for unlawful carry, discharge of a firearm, and theft of a firearm. SAPD states the gun used was stolen last month, and that luckily, no one was hit by the gunfire.
Last weekend, but the weekend before that, I was there, and the weekend before that, so I'm just very thankful that I didn't get caught up in that.
We reached out to the bars in the area. Bar House sent us a statement that reads in part, this incident took place after business hours and was on the public street. This incident is unrelated to Bar House San Antonio. Adding, our staff will continue to strive to the highest degree of maintaining the safest environment possible and will add additional security. Bentley's Beer Garden posted on social media stating in part, Bentley's Beer Garden had no involvement in the incident that happened down the street. Lucky Duck said they had no comment.
Going forward, does it change your mind about visiting any of those bars?
A little. It's going to make me feel a little bit on edge.
Maybe think twice about coming back. That's what jumps in my mind right now. We've got to be careful.
John Paul Barajas, KSAT 12 News.
Again, Joseph Olivari is facing 3 charges for this weekend's incident, but it is not the first time that he's been arrested, Stephanie.
That's right. In April 2024, Olivari was arrested for a deadly shooting at a different San Antonio bar. However, records showed that the case was closed for further investigation and Olivari was not convicted.
All right, we want to say good morning to our friends in Spring Branch where they're getting a little bit of snow. It is so cold out there. 907, 25 degrees in the San Antonio area.
Well, coming up in this morning's Consumer News, we are talking about new tariffs announced by the White House, home builders' confidence taking a hit, and Google Chrome tracking you. Our Ivan Herrera will break it all down after the break.
and I think we have got an 80 score, Justin. I was just looking. Oh,
that was Charlie Juergens from Bernie, Texas, on Sheer Delight. And the fringe, the dance moves.
It would have been a 72.
The Trump administration has ordered legal service providers to stop working with unaccompanied migrant children. The Department of Interior sent the order to the Acacia Center for Justice, which receives funding from the government to help nearly 26,000 children seeking asylum. Immigrant rights advocates say the move will force minors to represent themselves in immigration court. This order, however, is unlikely to impact children who are already represented.
President Trump defending the mass layoffs of government workers. U.S. officials say staffers with the Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE, were at the Pentagon this week receiving lists of the military's probationary employees. It's unclear whether all probationary personnel would be let go. The affected jobs would likely include defense civilians who are still new to their jobs. Uniformed military personnel are exempt.
A federal judge may block President Donald Trump's military transgender ban, saying the order has unadulterated animus. Justice Department Attorney Jason Lynch could not provide proof that the ban enhances military preparedness. Challengers to the ban say the executive order stems from fear and irrational prejudice. Lynch was also unable to say if being transgender counts as an ideology, which is how the executive order refers to it. Arguments over the constitutionality of the ban are set to continue today.
The U.S. and Russia have wrapped up historic talks in Saudi Arabia as they discuss the war in Ukraine. Both nations agreed to appoint teams to negotiate the end of the years-long war. However, no one from Ukraine was in the room during these negotiations, and Ukraine's president says that his government knew nothing about it.
The Vatican has announced that Pope Francis has been diagnosed with pneumonia in both lungs, 5 days into his stay in the hospital. The diagnosis is very serious for the 88-year-old pontiff. We're going to find out more about his treatment plan in the coming days. The Vatican says Francis is in good spirits despite the diagnosis.
Chase Bank will start blocking Zelle payments made through social media and messaging apps. The move is aimed at protecting customers from scams and fraud. Chase says that Zelle is designed to send money to people you know and trust. This change takes effect on March 23rd.
AI could soon be taking your order at Wendy's. The fast food chain says it will start using voice-enabled systems to take orders at drive-through lanes at up to 600 restaurants across the country. In a recent earnings call, Wendy's CEO said they really like the results after a pilot program.
Kentucky Fried Chicken corporate headquarters is coming to Texas. The fast food chain is leaving its ancestral home in Kentucky and will move its corporate headquarters from Louisville to Plano. About 100 corporate positions and 90 remote jobs will be impacted by the relocation. The corporate jobs will relocate to Texas over the next 6 months. The company CEO said its decision will help KFC sustain its growth and improve service to its customers, shareholders, and franchise owners.
Coca-Cola is jumping into the prebiotic soda category with a new beverage that's being touted as good for your health. Simply Pop is expected to roll out later this month. So the drink will come in 5 flavors and will contain vitamins to support gut health. It will be sold by the case on Amazon, and the 12-ounce cans will be available at grocery stores. And that's today's 9 at 9. We're wondering what that's going to taste like.
Yeah, maybe we should get some samples.
Yeah.
Something cold on this cold day.
No.
Well, only drink when you're inside.
Hot chocolate and coffee on the menu today. It is so very cold out there, and we're going to go back and take another look at a picture of this out of Fair Oaks Ranch. Some of those flurries.
Oh, just barely.
I mean, they're teeny tiny little, teeny tiny little pieces of snow, but they are there. We had some reports of this around Spring Branch as well. Look, this is not going to cause any issues on the roads. It's not going to cause any slick spots or anything like that, but it is fascinating to see, considering this is just really low-level stuff. It's kind of, think of it like mist and drizzle, but in the form of a little bit of snow. It's incredibly light, but we have seen a few returns on the authority radar coming down I-35. For the most part, it's kind of fallen apart here, but we did get reports of a few flurries up around Austin, up towards the San Marcos area, Fredericksburg, those areas. So far, not much here in San Antonio, and I don't expect much. As we look at the satellite picture, well, clouds definitely have made their way into the area. Now, the question will be, when do these clouds break up? Now, the clouds here around San Antonio are fairly thin. I mean, the sun is a little bit filtered, but the question is, will these break up? If they do, we will warm temperatures up a little bit. But if these hold, it could be a really cold day. I mean, it already is starting off that way. Temperatures right now, 25 in New Braunfels, 25 in Converse, but the wind chill right now at 10, both New Braunfels and Converse. Feels like 7 right now in Bernie, so we're struggling to warm up, at least at the moment. And a lot of it has to do with these winds just driving in that cold air. And of course, when you have gusty winds combined with these cold temperatures, you get those extreme wind chills. 31 current wind gusts here in San Antonio. We did have a gust much earlier this morning, around 40 here in town. Temperatures around the state, it's 2 in Amarillo, it's 13 in Dallas. So the whole state is dealing with some bitter cold temperatures. ERCOT, though, says we're good to go. The grid is in good shape, so no need to worry there, even though there is going to be some high demand today. Wind chills, 11 here in town, but you got wind chills in the negatives. Abilene, Wichita Falls, Lubbock, Amarillo, Dallas. Everyone is seeing just some extreme cold today. Noontime, 32. We'll make our way up to 38. I did lower temperatures a little bit today just because of the cloud cover holding a little bit longer, so we may stay below 40, and certainly we'll have a wind chill all day long. Winds will try to subside a little bit, but really this computer model is showing that we're still going to see gusts 20 to 25 even going into this evening, which will keep it quite chilly. Very quickly, Futurecast. We do need to mention that as we get into Friday night and Saturday morning, there will be a little bit more moisture that tries to creep up as the low develops on the coast. There could be a little bit of light freezing drizzle or light sleet in the hill country. We'll watch for that. That would be very early Saturday morning. San Antonio would be right on the line for that. I don't think there will be any real big impacts, but it is something that we need to watch, and we'll certainly keep you posted. 43 Thursday, 38 Friday, 42 as we get into Sunday, or Saturday, I should say, with that chance of rain. Now, that chance of rain Saturday morning continues even into the afternoon, so it'll be kind of a chilly, potentially damp day, but it does warm up Sunday, Monday, and especially by Tuesday.
All right, looking forward to that Sunday.
Yes,
a little warm
for sure.
All right, let's go to SA Live. They have a question for us.
They have a question. I don't know if we have answers, though. We've been thinking about it.
Okay, so you know the question. Good, they know the question. Yeah, so as you know, you may have seen the tease, we have Golden Globe and multiple Emmy Award-winning actor Jeremy Piven joining us here in a bit on the show. And he's got some hidden talents, which made us think about this question today. What is yours?
I want to know. What's
yours? Go ahead, guys. I know you got
Justin, I know is ready.
So mine's super nerdy. I work a crossword every day. It's like my thing.
Oh, that's
but I've gotten to where, especially on the easy days, I can work a crossword in like 10 minutes or less. I can finish it.
Crossword puzzles.
That is awesome.
They're like, that's so lame.
At least
Very
you have
cool.
something to report.
Very cool.
I mean, I'm still working on figuring that out. Okay,
Yeah.
I will let you know. First people that will know when I find what my hidden talent is.
Oh, okay.
Same here. I don't really
You guys
have
have
Mom
lots of
extraordinaires.
talents.
Yeah. I'm sure there's something. Okay, think about it. Fiona, do you have hidden?
Yeah, what about
I think
you guys?
I know Fiona's.
What is it, Jen? Let's see if you know
Fiona
it.
can sing. Have you heard
Why
her
does
sing?
everybody go to that one?
Because.
Is that
I don't
just
know if
because
they
I
know.
randomly sing while walking through the halls? No, I'm just kidding. I love it when
It's
we break out into the
pleasant.
song
It's pleasant.
on this show.
Oh, she plays the piano too, according to Ted. I'm getting some info back here.
That's true. You've
See,
heard it.
entertainer.
Yes. All right, scan the QR code if you're watching and share. Guys, think about it, okay?
We'll still think, but we can't wait to hear yours, too.
I think yours is fashion. You're always on point.
Aw,
with your fashion.
She is.
Sweet.
Not so hidden. We see it every day.
That is a talent, though. You're right, Patty. All right, guys, well, we'll see you in a bit. Think about those talents and share, and we'll see you. We got a lot coming up on As They Lie.
Welcome back. It's 9:24. Well, new tariffs are being proposed for multiple industries, and home builder confidence is at a low level due to ongoing tariff moves. Plus, we are talking privacy changes on Google's browser.
Our friend Ivan Herrera is here with today's consumer headlines. Hey there, Ivan. How is it going?
Good morning. I kind of sound like a little broken record because we just keep talking about tariffs and tariffs and tariffs. So I'm going to tell you about a few more tariffs. President Donald Trump is set to slap a 25% tariff on auto imports, and that's not all. Semiconductor chips and pharmaceuticals coming into the U.S. are also on the list. Now, these tariffs could kick in as soon as April. For chips and drugs, Trump plans to raise the rates even more down the line. He wants to give companies a chance to move their factories to the U.S. first. Now, recently, Trump hit goods from China with a 10% tariff and put a 25% tariff on steel and aluminum imports. Economy and industry experts warned that these new tariffs might hit hard, pushing up prices for businesses and consumers. The biggest hit, though, car prices could skyrocket by thousands. Sorry if you're trying to get a new car. Home builder confidence took a hit this month amid President Trump's tough approach to tariffs, as we just said. Now, the National Association of Home Builders Wells Fargo Index, which gauges builder confidence, dropped to its lowest in 5 months. Now, this month, the Trump administration, as we said, slapped a 25% tariff on all steel and aluminum imports to the U.S., and this could make America's housing shortage even worse. Builders might face even higher costs if Trump goes ahead with his 25% tariff plan on Canada come March 1st. Now, on top of that, high mortgage rates are still making it tough for sales. And Google's new privacy rules have sparked outrage as the company enables its digital fingerprinting in its Chrome browser. Now, while Google claims to be phasing out its tracking cookies, fingerprinting allows tracking across devices where you sign in with your Google ID, from computers to smart TVs to your phone. Now, privacy advocates told BBC News that this move prioritizes profits over privacy, making it harder for users to control their data collection. Google says enabling fingerprinting technology promotes responsible data use, but critics warn it reduces user control and exposes sensitive information. This is a really scary one because it's, you want to be in charge of your data, but at the same time, it's like if you can't turn this off, you're not really sure where your data is going. So this is I think it's like a really hot debate right now, especially with a lot of companies that are, collecting data on us on different platforms. So this is basically following you across different platforms where you sign in using the Google sign up. I don't know if you've ever seen that Google sign up before. It usually goes on everything. On everything.
And
so
the hard part is, because we have to stay connected with technology, you're kind of forced to because of work.
Exactly. So it's kind of a hard debate. So just be careful with all your data. Make sure you change your passwords pretty regularly. That's a really important one. And always do the two-factor authentication. They really push it here at work.
Yes,
push it at your own house. It's really, really important because you don't want people getting onto your accounts.
Your data.
Thank y'all so much.
Thank you, Ivan. Good reminder there for sure. Well, time now is 9:27, and wow, 25 degrees for now.
Colder still ahead. We are taking a look back at science with Sarah Experiment. We'll show you how to make a robot brawl for you. Welcome back. It is 9:31. Terminated, then welcomed back. A recent hire is giving Kirby residents and former employees some deja vu. In a split vote last month, Kirby City Council appointed Brian Rowland to serve as interim city manager.
And just over a year after council members voted to end his employment, and this KSAT investigates Daniela Ibarra learned city leaders apparently don't want to explain why they hired him back.
The doors at Kirby City Hall have seen countless people come and go. That includes employees like Mariana Ramirez.
I was everything, girl. I got 10 years worth of experience in 2 years. It was awesome. I loved my job.
Until 2023, Ramirez was a court clerk with a new boss. In June of 2023, Kirby Mayor Janisha Grider and 4 city council members voted to hire Brian Rowland.
Motion passes. Welcome, Dr. Rowland, our new city manager.
Within 3 months, some cheers turned into criticism.
What was it like working under Dr. Rowland? Probably one of the worst experiences I've had in my very short life. Working under him was very stressful because, one, when he was there, which was not very often, when he was there, he was too busy berating everybody to do anything that was productive for the city.
Ramirez and 1 other employee spoke during this August 2023 meeting.
And I'm telling you, I no longer feel comfortable working with the city manager. Sorry. I'm scared that you are going to lose your entire administrative department and your entire police department and lose public works as well.
Council voted unanimously to suspend Rowland with pay while an investigation took place. A source gave KSAT Investigates a copy of the report they obtained through public records. analyzing the employee complaints against Roland. Investigators looked at accusations that Roland created a toxic work environment, arrived late to meetings, and mismanaged pay. Allegations all partially corroborated. Complaints about a lack of training and sexual harassment were not corroborated. The report says complaints about Roland calling employees to do work off the clock were true.
If I would clock out at 5 o'clock, he would still be like, hey, I need this, I need that. And so we'd stay behind.
Value the input from the community. A month and a half after his suspension, Roland went back before council to defend himself.
While some may view my approach as unconventional, I can assume you have that. I can assure you that disrespecting anyone was never my intent.
Despite his plea, council voted to place Roland on administrative leave. 4 days later,
The city council does hereby terminate the city manager's employment agreement.
in a 6-1 vote, Kirby City Council terminated him with severance pay. Records provided by a source show within days, the city of Kirby paid Roland about $40,000. A source also gave us a copy of the city's general operation payments. In May 2024, it shows the city also paid Roland for a separation agreement totaling $25,000. But just over a year after Roland's termination,
Appoint Dr. Brian Rowland as interim city manager.
council was split on bringing Roland back. Mayor Greider cast the deciding vote on January 23rd.
Motion passes.
The mayor voted to hire him, then suspend him, then terminate him, then rehire him.
Right.
What do you think about that decision?
The decision to rehire him, that is baffling. Why him? Why are you so hell-bent on putting yourself in a position to put this man back?
We caught up with Mayor Greider before last week's city council meeting.
Do you think rehiring him is a good use of taxpayer dollars?
Do you know what's going on here at the city right now?
Why?
Do you know how all this started?
That's why I'm here. I've reached out to you 5 different times for an interview.
We requested a copy of Roland's separation agreement and are still waiting for it. A few minutes later, we caught up with Roland, who repeated the mayor's praise of him.
Hi, Dr. Roland.
Hey, how you doing?
Good, how are you? Danielle Ibarra from KSAT.
Brian, pleasure to meet you.
We've been trying to get a hold of you for the past week. We've emailed you 5 times. We just want to talk to you about the fact that you came back after you were hired, then they voted to suspend you, put you on administrative leave, and then fire you. Why come back?
Because I'm the best person for the job.
I think it's a big waste of taxpayer dollars, and I think it's a big mistrust. It's a big misuse of power.
Ramirez left the city of Kirby last year. She hopes whoever runs the city she calls home keeps the community as their priority.
Bring somebody in who actually wants to work, who actually wants to make a difference, who wants to fix things.
For KSAT Investigates, I'm Danielle Ibarra.
Well, this is not the first time Roland's actions as a city leader have been called into questions. He was named in a 2023 federal lawsuit tied to his time as the mayor of Prairie View, Texas.
And records also show Roland faced several accusations, including bullying, harassment, and creating a hostile work environment. Online court records show Roland and other defendants filed a motion to dismiss the case in September.
And time now is 9:37. That's a look out there at live cam. I cannot believe it is 25 degrees.
It is. It was 28 earlier, but it is now even colder. And I'm wondering, Justin, if it's going to get even colder.
I think we've reached the bottom here. Now, we did get down to 24 a little bit earlier, so we've technically jumped up a degree. But it is so very, very cold out there. And I do think it's going to be a slow warming process today. We still have clouds in place now. They're fairly thin, but it is going to be slow to warm up. New Braunfels had a peak wind gust overnight of 42 miles per hour. We got a 41 mile per hour gust at San Antonio International and down at Stinson. Seguin and Bernie both had wind gusts over 30 miles per hour. It was a blustery night. And winds are still up there now, not as strong as they were overnight, but still seeing some gusts up around 25, 30 miles per hour. Pollen count is in, ash is low, mold's mountain cedar. I don't expect allergens are going to be really all that much of a problem next few days. Everything's in the low category, and that's good to see. Satellite picture, and again, this kind of tells the story when it comes to that cloud deck. Now, it's thinning out quite a bit, and we should see some filtered sun and then hopefully some more direct sun a little bit later today. Thicker clouds are down to the south. The more sun we get, the warmer temperatures we'll get. We're still thinking mid-20s at least through 11 a.m. and then hopefully into the 30s this afternoon. But we lowered the numbers a little bit. 38, our forecast high with wind chills staying in the 20s, probably even into the afternoon, guys.
All right, if you need a warm place to stay today, tonight, tomorrow, the city has opened up several shelters. They have a capacity to fit up to 400 people in these shelters. If you know someone, you can head to a warming center. You can call the city's Community Connections hotline at 210-207-1799. The shelters, by the way, also have kennels for some of you who have pets and don't want to leave them behind.
Let's take a quick check of the roads with TransGuide. Looking at the cameras, things look pretty good. They're at I-35 at Salado Creek. On the TxDOT website, it's still showing that there's 2 lanes blocked at I-10 eastbound at Dietz Elkhorn Road, so just be aware of that. And there's a usual holdup there at I-35 because of the construction going on in the downtown area. Well, if you are sitting at home, because it's cold out there, and looking for something to do with the kiddos, how about finding some inspiration from a Science with Sarah experiment?
Yeah, we missed her as we look back at some of the experiments Sarah has done here on GMSA at 9. Today, we are looking at how to make wiggle robots. Check it out.
We are building wiggle robots. Now this is really cool. So on your screen you'll see all the materials you need. You basically have a motor, a battery pack. You make sure the leads have really good contact with the motor. You can draw a silly wiggle face, and then it's standing on 3 markers. Now when you attach the battery pack, you can make it wiggle around and do its own drawing. And some of these kids have really got this robot going. We've got these awesome wiggle robots going. Okay, what's your name? Vanessa. Vanessa, this is your wiggle robot. Have you named it yet? No. Okay, so she's gonna attach the clothespin and put it down on the paper, and let's see if it wiggles around and draws by itself. Okay. Oh, look at it, it's drawing. How cool is that, Vanessa? What was the hardest part of building the robot? These things. Oh, the clothespin? Oh, but that's okay if it falls over. And then what's your name? Elin. Elin, what was the most challenging part about your wiggle robot? The clothespin. The clothespin, right? Because you want to make sure the motor is out in front of it enough. But I can tell that it's already been kind of wiggling back and forth a little bit. Awesome. And then you said you got yours to work, right? What's your name? Eli. Oh, is it Eli? Yeah. Okay, Eli, let's look this way and let's try that again. Let's see, can you try to give it a push? See what happens? Whoa, dude, that's so cool. So what was the most challenging part of building your robot?
For me, the most challenging part was to get the motor, was to get the thing spinning.
Oh, yeah.
Because I had trouble with this spinning. And
but
so,
was it kind of cool to try to troubleshoot it yourself? Yeah. Awesome. And then what's your name?
Samadi.
Is there anybody you want to say to at home? Hi to at home?
My mom.
Your mom? Say hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
Awesome. Okay, let's go on over. Great job, guys. Proud of y'all. Okay, hey, what's your name, bud?
Edward.
Edward, how has this wiggle robot gone for you?
It's going really good.
Awesome. Okay, let's try it out. Is your motor spinning? Yes. Let's see. Like, maybe give it a push this way. See what happens. Is it going to fall over? Oh, man, but I can tell it's already been working a little bit. Whoa, look at yours. Yours has really been moving and grooving. What's your name?
Kimberly.
Kimberly, your robot's about to fall off the thing. What's been the funnest part of this experiment?
Making the robot draw.
That is cool. Do you think your sons will like that?
I was like paying attention really closely. I'm like, this looks easy. I could do this at home for spring break or
the cups.
Yeah, they would love that. It's so cool. And I already know that the hardest part is going to be the clothespin.
Yeah, to get that working. Yeah, that's a really cool experiment by Sarah. Well, the time now is 9:42, and we're at 25 degrees for now. You're watching GMSA at 9.
Checking in with local students to see their progress so far as they continue working with local nonprofits through BexarFest. We'll check it out after the break. Hey there, good morning. Happy Wednesday. Welcome back. This morning, we are checking in with the local students who are participating in BexarFest. Now, if you remember, back in September of last year, we told you about the ongoing collaboration between high school students and nonprofits in Bexar County. This is where students learn everything from video editing, photography, and graphic design, and much more.
Yeah, their projects are impressive, and BexarFest gives students the opportunity to work with local nonprofits and put together media materials for their use. So this week we are checking in with some of those students to see how their projects and the time of the program is coming along.
Can you introduce yourself, please?
My name is Erika Chavez.
It's Michael Castillo.
Nina Campos.
I am Dominic Garcia.
Emma Carranza.
My name is Enrique Jas Hernandez. Miguel Medrano.
Ashley Frias.
Ramon Coronado.
Leonardo Vermea.
My name is Juan Angel Ramos. I am team captain of this year's BexarFest and the director.
My crew position that I'm working on is writer. My crew position is graphic designer.
I'm a videographer, you already know.
Fixing colors, like whenever y'all done filming.
You behind the scenes?
Yes, I'm behind the scenes.
My crew position is a photographer.
Photographer?
Photographer.
A drone photographer.
I take pictures of what's going on while we're doing the production.
What are you most looking forward to in this year's BexarFest?
Low key, trying to win that.
Why is it important for you to participate in BexarFest? Because I want to eventually work with productions.
I can represent my school. Are y'all a fun bunch or are y'all more serious?
It's a fun bunch.
I feel as though we're a fun bunch, but we can be serious.
Look forward to seeing your project this spring.
And these are things that they can see real life put into, experiences put into like real work that people will see, and, with the nonprofit.
Yeah, for sure. It's quite impressive. I mean, it's something that people already do on the job. So they're already working. They're already working technically in the real world.
Experience working.
Yes.
And you know what? These flamingos look pretty happy out there. They are not cold.
I'm surprised.
It's always a great day to go to the zoo, but you're going to need some layers.
Yeah,
a lot of layers. I wonder if flamingos get goosebumps.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They would be present right now.
Do they shake when they're cold? I don't know. Right? Right now, temperatures across the country, it is a cold air mass that has settled in down the plains into Texas. The only place you're going to find in the country right now that's still warm is Florida. 73 in Tampa, 79 down there in Miami. So it is still warm in deep South Florida. They won't feel a lot of this cold air, but we certainly are feeling it here. 12 in Dallas, 32. Houston, 25 right now in San Antonio. And you got negative numbers as you go up to the northern part of the plains. Mostly cloudy skies, so we are seeing a little sun trying to shine through, but it's not helping much. 25 at the airport, New Braunfels and Converse, 21 Bernie, which was at 19 last hour, 28 Stinson, and those wind chill values are still brutal. 11 is what it feels like at the airport, 10 in New Braunfels, and you've got northerly winds. Pretty steady here out of the north, anywhere from 20 to 25, gusting a little bit higher than that. In fact, gusting to 31. Just the most recent wind gust here at the airport, gusting at 30 in New Braunfels, gusting at 21 in Pleasanton. And the winds have been honestly the biggest issue. I mean, we can deal with temperatures in the mid-20s, but when you factor in these windy conditions, it just makes it feel a lot worse. And these wind chill values, which have been in the single digits, still are, it's been this way since late last night, quite honestly. 6 in Comfort, 7 Bernie, 8 Bulverde. We're still in the teens across much of San Antonio. Not a fun day to be outside. And the 24-hour temperature change, this has been pretty impressive too. We're down 34 degrees from where we were 24 hours ago. You go to Fredericksburg, it is 45 degrees colder than it was 24 hours ago. These are incredible temperature changes, but that's what you get when you get these really strong Arctic fronts. It just really flips the script on you. We were at 70 yesterday. Not today. Mid-20s as it stands right now. And we'll make our way up to around 32 noontime. That's if we get some sun. We'll get into the upper 30s. The longer these clouds hold on, though, the colder these daytime highs may be. And certainly by tonight, with some clearing conditions, we'll see these temperatures really crater. And eventually we're going to find ourselves in the low 20s by tomorrow morning with the potential of a hard freeze. In fact, it will be a hard freeze, and we need to go ahead and prep for that today. Here's the satellite picture, and you can see the clouds over San Antonio really are trying to thin a little bit. The thicker clouds are down here from Del Rio down to Eagle Pass, Laredo, and Corpus Christi. but the deck that we have over us is definitely a little bit thinner. Our futurecast shows that we do get those clearing skies tonight. Again, hard freeze for most of the area, all the area. Teens in the hill country, 20s, low 20s here in San Antonio. That is cold enough to cause issues with pipes. So you do need to drip faucets and all that fun stuff, unfortunately, overnight tonight going into tomorrow morning. Then we get clouds returning on Friday. And then by Friday night, we may get some light shower activity. Could even see a little bit of freezing drizzle and freezing rain, perhaps, in parts of the hill country, although I would think it would be very, very light. We'll have to watch to see if that does indeed unfold. I think impacts would be pretty minimal, but we are going to put showers in the forecast even here in San Antonio Friday night and through the day on Saturday before that would clear out. So putting it all together here, 22 Thursday morning, that is it. That is really, really cold. That would also, by the way, be a record low for the day. 43 Thursday, 30 going into Friday morning, 30% chance of some showers on Saturday. Cold, it does warm up by next week, but make sure you're ready for it tonight. Wrap the outdoor spigots, wrap the exposed pipes, insulate what you need to insulate because that's cold.
Hey, for those people that are retired out there, maybe they should have like a game of drinking coffee or something. Every time you say cold or chilly.
Or hot chocolate.
Or hot
there
chocolate.
you go.
Something to keep you warm today.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
Our friends at SA Live keeping warm and talking about their hidden talents.
I love that idea, Patty, with the coffee. Yes.
Yes, that's how to keep warm. Okay.
Yes.
Another way to keep warm this weekend, maybe head out to the LOL Comedy Club because Jeremy Piven is going to be doing some comedy there. So we're going to talk to him, hear what the show is all about, and even about his new movie.
There is a new movie, and it looks amazing. He has a hidden talent in that movie. Should we tell him now?
Yeah. He tap danced for this role and really did learn the skill.
Wow.
Which is incredible. So that's what we want to know.
Yes. So our question today, and you heard it earlier with the GMSA crew, is what's your hidden talent? So you can scan the QR code, you can weigh in, maybe share a photo even, because we want to know. What do people not know about you? All right. Also, we're taking you to the Hill Country, where a local nonprofit is giving back and healing animals one baby at a time. So we get to take you there and find out how you can help them out.
And this dessert cart can bring it all to you, from churros to sundaes, mini pancakes, and more.
Yes, Mel and Jesus with Mel's dessert or sweet bar, a mobile dessert bar. I'm so excited.
Thank you so much for having me.
You brought a lot today, right?
Yes, I have so much. We're still working on it though, so stick around and watch to find out that discount that we're having.
Yeah, so they have a deal for viewers. Are you going to add some whipped cream? Because I'm watching you.
Yes.
I'm like, let me see. My mouth is watering.
Yes, we are still working on it.
And they can come to any of your special events, but we will tell you how you can book them. And again, there is a deal for SA Live viewers.
And it's
Look at that.
such a cute setup. I mean, people must just be taking photos nonstop.
Yeah, every Instagram photo, boomerangs, all of it.
So today we're actually gonna make some of the mini pancakes, but you obviously have a lot to offer, right?
Yes, of course. Yeah, we have our mini pancakes, crepes, churros, all of it.
All of it. All right, all that and more coming up right here on SA Live.
Hi, welcome back. It is 9:58. Well, if you're looking for a new job happening today, Goodwill San Antonio is hosting a massive career fair this morning. So more than 50 employers like Walgreens, VIA, and UTSA will be out there, and they're looking to fill over 1,000 positions combined. So the fair is happening from 10 a.m. very shortly here. Actually, right now to 1 p.m. over at the Second Baptist Church Community Center. So that's on East Commerce Street and Gay Boulevard, just off of I-10 on the east side. So if you're interested, you call that number that is on your screen right now for more information.
Or just get your resume and get out there.
Yes, and bundle up.
All right, so the word for the day is cold, 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 and chilly.
Exactly. And we're probably only going to make our way up into the upper 30s this afternoon. It stays windy, so we're not going to lose those gusty winds. And hard freeze tonight, 22 degrees here in San Antonio. Get ready. Coldest morning probably this season. And then we do eventually warm up, but we got to get through Saturday, where we may see a little bit of light shower activity and maybe just a little bit of freezing drizzle Saturday morning in the hill country. So all things will